Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dark Phoenix Gaming, and you are watching Kaiserreich with the Netherlands. We are currently in the middle of our political build-up and getting a bigger army, among other things, in an attempt to actually be in a position to not get our asses conquered once war finally breaks out between the French and the Germans, because a couple episodes back we were actually forced to join the Reichspakt because we took northern Belgium, or the Flanders, part of Flanders Wallonia rather, as our puppet state. And the Germans were none too happy with that, to the point where they actually threatened war if we didn't join them. And we had an even smaller army then. Right now I have 13 divisions. Germany has way more than that, plus puppet states and allies. Right now we have 13 divisions. At the time that happened we had 8. Now that's not counting our colony over here in the East Indies, obviously. Speaking of that colony, last time we had a series of events pop up regarding them, which led to me appointing the moderate and balanced candidate as the Governor General of the Dutch East Indies, as well as approving an agreement have them be able to become an equal part of the Netherlands. Eventually. To the point where the colonial government would lead that whole thing, rather than us. In addition, the war between between the Germans and the Indo-Chinese Union rebellion over here is still going on. We also had a bunch of civil wars happen last time. Carlist Spain went into a full-blown 3-sided civil war. I don't know how that's gonna go, but I'd say it's fairly likely that the main Spanish government probably will not win. Though how the upcoming war between Germany and France goes, very much a lot of that will be riding on whether or not Spain is communist, because if they are communists, they're likely to join the Internationale, which will give them a lot more manpower to throw at the Germans, and possibly lead to a communist victory. Additionally, we had another Balkan War break out between Greater Bulgaria on one side and Greece, Serbia, and Romania on the other. Bizarrely, however, Albania is also at war with Greece, Serbia, and Romania. One of them apparently attacked Albania. I don't quite get what happened there, honestly. I'm not sure what happened with Albania. But those are just the tangential side events. The main show last time was when we started the process of basically turning the Netherlands into an authoritarian fascist police state, by putting the VNH in power. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of party popularity right now. So we aren't exactly popular with the people for the most part. However, we're in a good place overall. And with us having had our elections, once I finish with the Red Scare, we're finally in a place where we can start going down and fixing the economy a little bit, because it's still kind of broken from Black Monday. So we'll need to work on that. But we've still got a bit to go before then. So let's unpause and see what happens. We need anti-tank production. Let's check our construction queue. I should add a couple more military factories to that, actually. Add 2 more. And we can't construct anything in our colonies over in North America, unfortunately. I don't think we want to build any in the East Indies right now. We need direct use of whatever factories we're building. American Civil War is still going on. But the Tibet-Mongolia-Mongolik War, everyone pieced out of. It does look like Mongolik lost rather a lot of land from that, however. What's this? Baloo sale. As a result of the brutal economic crisis, the Kruller-Muller aristocratic family is unable to afford the maintenance of their hunting grounds in the Valoo. They've announced their intention to sell the hunting grounds to a government-supported foundation if possible. This will make the areas open for visitors. Sorry about that. This will make the area open for visitors in what could become the first national park in continental Holland, heavily populated with game such as deer and wild boar, released in the area by Anton Kroller. The only condition placed on the deal is that they can continue living in their mansion in the area. Word is that Mrs. Muller even intends to start a museum if the plan is executed. So we could support the foundation and purchase the grounds, or the grounds are sold to a German aristocrat instead. Now, if we're going solely by the modifiers here, there's no reason to do the German aristocrat one. I mean, I don't think the state gets any money from that or anything like that. We just lose overall. So that's overall bad. This is overall good. We will purchase the grounds. It's 20 political power it takes. Peru declares war on Ecuador. I'm sorry, what? What the hell happened here? That's what I want to know. What the hell is going on? And the Russian Republic declared war on Khiva, and Bukhara, and the Turkestan Republic, and the Alash Order. Damn it, Russia, you do not do things by half. They basically declared war on all of Central Asia simultaneously. Because, interesting update note, all of this down here, not the Alash Order part, mind you, basically all of that sort of thing, used to be owned by Turkestan. That used to be one big country, but it got balkanized, essentially. The same thing of which happened in Central America a long while back. Because there used to be a great big country down here, just where Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica are now, as the United States of Central America. And it is the Queen's birthday again. I'm not going to read this event again because it's a yearly one that happens on the same day every single year. And the text is always the same, so I read it the one time, that's going to be it. East Turkestan was annexed by Kumal Khanate. Okay. Ikhwan declared war on Jabal Shamar. The Ikhwan Revolt, openly declaring their revolt for the restoration of true Islamic rule as defined by the Wahhabist preachers, a coalition of various Arab tribal leaders have banded together in opposition of their suzerain in the hopes of breaking the central power of the state and restoring the decentralized fiefdoms of old. Although there has reportedly been an agreement concerning the future ownership of the various Arab provinces, few expect the fragile alliance to survive a possible victory in their jihad. Hide your women and children, the Ikhwan are here. Lovely. Yes, Arab revolts. I guess some things never change. We've completed the Red Scare, and as a consequence of socialism becoming massively less popular, our party popularity has gone up. But for the moment, I'm going to turn my attention to economic recovery. That's the thing we rather need to do. And the first couple are pretty short, so I should be able to rush through a lot of them. National recovery. Plutocratic incompetency has resulted in the collapse of our economy. At the same time, the world becomes increasingly unsafe. If we invest fully in the defensive and offensive capabilities of our country, that too will help the economy grow again. But then with construction that will actually help our country's security in the future. And this will change the popularity of paternal autocracy by 5%. It only takes 7 days. Nice. Very nice.
Als de lente de bomen en struiken weer met geuren en kleuren bestrooit.
It's done. On to the next one. The defense spending spree. Spending spree. Great. We shall bring our military back to the level of the rest of the world. Socialists and other unpatriotic folk are saying the military should be the last place the government should invest in these times, but we shall prove them wrong. We get more factory output, but also high government debt, which reduces our political power gain. I'd say that's worth it. You can handle a bit of debt.
Gaat een pad ook niet altijd op rozen. Iets toch maakt dan hun leven strijdlicht. Want bij vreugde en leed hen bestoren, Verschijndra wat voor immer hen bindt. Als de eersteling hen wordt geboren, moeder zingt bij de wieg van haar kind.
And it does rather look like the Ikwan revolt is going well. Or the Ikwan. At least in terms of the amount of land they've managed to grab. Defense spending spree is done. So is active sonar. Improved airplane catapults over there. I think with that done, I'll do factory building. We need more military factories. We really do. And I'm not building them fast enough. The more factories, the nation will be able to increase its military production. We are a transit country. It can never hurt to invest in other sectors as well. 35 days to finish that. And yeah, it would seem I was a bit premature with declaring the revolt was doing well. They are not doing well. Support weapons are done though. And now we will research 1939 artillery. But I spent enough time staring at that Arab revolt. Let's see how the rest of the world is doing. Bulgaria is still holding strong, as is Albania. The Hungarians are being pushed back. Austria is on the doorstep of Budapest. The civil war in Spain is going back and forth all the time. So no change there, and the American Civil War is exactly the same. But we also have rising crime levels. As the recession continues, more and more unemployed Dutchmen are turning to crime as a last resort to support themselves and their families. The result is that the paramilitary Landwacht and Red Front are getting a policing role in those areas where they reign supreme, and the police is unable to keep this trend in check. This in turn is leading to growing sympathy amongst the populace towards the political movements behind these organizations. We are to avoid membership of more extreme political ideologies growing, then we must stop this, although that will probably not be a popular measure. Let them do their thing, I say. We are one of those extreme ideologies after all. We want that to happen. And Nepal has apparently gone insane and simultaneously declared war on both the Dominion of India and the Bhartiya Commune. Like, what the fuck, Nepal? What the fuck? What the hell is wrong with them? Bloody Nepal. Progressives flocked to the LSP. Following the government-induced Red Scare, every left-wing organization politically left of the LSP has been discredited and has since either disbanded or been banned. As a result, progressives instead flocked towards the conservative liberal LSP, which was seen as the least bad, resulting in both a subtle yet decisive shift to the left. It also a breath of fresh life into a party that had been in an impasse since the First World War. Social liberals become a little more popular and some more parties merge. We lose a little party popularity as a result, but we'll work on that. Armored car is done. So now, on to Grand Battle Plan, I think. 325 days to complete, but it will buff our max planning bonus speed, which is always nice. Got the charge thrower finished. I think it's time for more concentrated industry. I forgot about that for a bit, but it's 1937, so we can do those researches without debuffs now. Argentina has declared war on the Patagonian workers. Okay. Which also means they're fighting Chile. Who is their overlord? Oh, Argentina. I don't have a good feeling about this. I really do not. We'll see if Argentina actually manages to win it, though. They typically don't. But it could happen. Factory building is done. We'll switch gears from the economic thing for now, though, to work some more on politics. Going to break up the socialist pillar. While the socialist pillar has, until now, been a mostly tolerable focal point of some more legitimate and less violent dissent against conservative rule of Holland, it poses a threat that goes far beyond the sum of its parts. The institutions, such as the trade unions, could hide syndicalist sympathizers, and this is intolerable. Social democracy and social liberalism become less popular. We're going after the liberals now, not just the outright socialists. This does not surprise me in the slightest. The Damocles Project. German spies have recently uncovered the papers of a research and development program sponsored by the members of the Third Internationale. Dubbed the Damocles Project, it is an extensive multi-nation study into the destructive power of nuclear fission, with the intent of creating bombs with a destructiveness vastly greater than anything we now know. Anything now known, even. The famous German physicist, Albert Einstein, had previously warned that a successful nuclear bomb might even be able to turn entire cities into ash. German intelligence agencies have shared the information about this project to their closest allies, so naturally the whole world now knows. Some have dismissed the project as a childish fantasy, but many experts fear a breakthrough. If they should succeed, ... Yes, because Albert Einstein, in the Kaiserreich timeline, did not flee Germany for America, because since the Nazis are not in power in Germany, he had no reason to, and thus stuck around in Germany. And Hungary is currently busy getting shafted. They've lost Budapest and been pushed back to eastern Hungary. So that war will be over soon. The same cannot be said for Bulgaria's war, where I don't think the borders have even moved once since this war started. At the very least, Bulgaria is doing a bang-up job of defending their frontier. And what is this? It looks like the Kingdom of Spain is actually pushing the Carlists back. It looks like the frontier's moved north a little bit. The US Civil War is as it ever was. Canada invokes the War Measures Act. The War Measures Act, legislation which grants the Canadian government sweeping powers to override civil liberties and ignore Parliament, has been passed in the Dominion of Canada and read out to the House of Commons by King Edward VIII. Having been enacted only once before, in 1917, during the Weltkrieg, it has ostensibly been passed to deal with Canada's current war. They must understand it is primarily to deal with the massive unrest in Quebec, however you say that. King Edward's first measure, taken under the authority Sorry about that. Robot call. Now to get back to where we were before. King Edward's first measure taken under the Act's new authority was to dismiss the Prime Minister, replacing him with former Conservative leader Arthur Meighen, a hardliner who is part of the King's inner circle. As a result, the King has been the focal point of ire by many Canadians who are protesting the government's move, saying the War Measures Act is unnecessary and tyrannical. Canada moves towards authoritarianism, it seems. Yes, and that's even more of a blatant power grab when you consider that this is over a war with Tibet. Or Nepal, even. If it was Tibet, there might be some legitimacy in that, but Nepal. That's what this is about. It's to deal with the war against Nepal. Terrifying Nepal. They are so terrifying, in fact, that Canada feels the need to suspend civil liberties in order to be able to address the matter. I know, Nepal terrifies me too. Peru and Ecuador have pieced out. I can't tell if any of them took any land. It doesn't look like it. And that rebellion over in Jabal Shamar, it appears to be on its last legs. And there it goes. Good job, Jabal Shamar, keeping your shit together. Though them being an Ottoman subject state, they probably got some help from the Empire. When it comes to that. Bulgaria is still holding out strong. And catapult is done. Let's research special forces now. And yeah, Hungary is boned. It always seems to go this way for them. Those damn Hungarians can never win their wars. The Lash Order has been annexed by Russia. Moving on Turkestan and what remains of Khiva. Russia's doing well for themselves, I say. And Paraguay declares war on Argentina. So yeah, Argentina is not going to win this one if they're also fighting Paraguay, I don't think. Collins dissolves the... whatever the hell that is. Unprecedented scenes have been reported from Ireland, where the incumbent President Michael Collins has overturned the results of the latest general election, in the possibility of relinquishing power in these troubled times, to be putting the country in far too precarious a position. Collins has opted instead to disband the Orichatas, ruled by personal decree. This is officially described as a temporary measure in the face of the unstable situation that is gradually developing worldwide. Whether or not this is the case, the international media is describing this outcome to be the final result of Ireland's vulnerable position next to the Union of Britain. The direction Collins' firm hand will lead the country to from now on remains to be seen. I thought he was supposed to be a Democrat. Yes, apparently authoritarian police state is how a lot of the world wants to go at the moment, including us over in the Netherlands. Yes. I'll add another division to our army. one more on its way. We just need to get the infantry equipment. Pull that off. And Nepal's madness of declaring war on the Dominion of India and Bharatiya Commune has reached its natural conclusion, with Nepal being annexed and partitioned between them. And set up as a puppet state of the Dominion. Nice. That went well for them. Things in Spain, however, are starting to go downhill. It looked for a minute like the main Spanish government might be able to hold on, but, well, Spain is looking a little bit more red than I remember. Russia's annexed Khiva. Was giving them so much trouble down there. And they're going after Turkestan. But now, the year is 1938. And I think this makes for as good a place as any to stop the episode for now. So, this has been Dark Phoenix Gaming, and you have been watching Kaiserreich with the Netherlands. I hope you'll join me next time, where we will continue to stamp down on any potential threats to our authority. And then...
Maantje in haar volle luister is weer present. Laat me zien hier in het duister hoe mooi jij bent. Samen zitten
also, of course, reform the economy.
tot eens het licht weer brandt.
And get ourselves some forts along the border. But we're doing pretty good for now, I think. If you've enjoyed this, then please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to see more like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See you then, folks. See you then.